Well, hello and welcome to the third Thursday Vision video update. My name is Josh. This is Molly, and we're going to be with you this evening, or if you're watching this later, during the day or the morning or middle of the night, whatever that is. Thank you for joining us. Here's what we kind of do here. We just typically tell you all the whys behind the whats. What I mean by that is there's always lots of stuff happening, and we don't want to get lost in what's happening is the why, the purpose behind the things that we're doing. So I want to explain to you some whys and got a lot more whats to tell you about, particularly about Easter. But you know that because that's why you're tuning in, because we told you that you should pay attention to this to hear about all the Easter festivities. So we have you here so you can know about Easter. And since we're talking about Easter, I'm going to talk about Cal. So that's not about Easter, but I figured we'd take a few minutes here and explain some whys about Cal. And if you're brand new to us, we have this thing we call Cal. At the very beginning when we talked about it, I would try to get everybody to move, but it never worked, and which is really disappointing. You're Pennsylvanians, you're compliant. I don't understand it, but couldn't get you to move. But so Cal is what we call Connect on Wednesdays. It was out of the brilliant mind of Joyce Ross, and it is an opportunity for us to come together and connect on Wednesdays. And what's happened since the pandemic, we've actually called it Connect Online Wednesdays because there hasn't been much happening in the building as a result of the pandemic. As you're probably aware, there is a little bit more movement in those things with mask, social distancing. We've started continuing to re-engage in our facilities. Lots of stuff like Sunday mornings. You can come to that, and lots of stuff going on there. And so one of the questions that's coming up, great question, keep asking the questions, and we'll keep trying to help you with the answers, is are we going to re-engage with Cal? Like you have kids zone or kids ministry small groups on Thursdays. I know you have student ministry on Wednesday nights, some Celebrate Recovery meetings and classes. I think there's even a Bible study on Wednesday. So when are we going to kind of draw all that back together and kind of reinitiate in person and online collectively Cal? And it is a great question, and the answer to that question is we fully plan on relaunching everything from food options to Cal classes, to kids ministry, to Celebrate Recovery, to student ministry, all those different things in August. So we're kind of working towards that plan, and I know many of you would love to see that happen sooner. So let me explain to you why that's not happening, and let me explain to you what you can do in the meantime, in the interim, until we get fully back going in August. Only a few months away from that. So the reason it's not happening, I'll just give you an example of some data. Back before the pandemic, on an average month, a kids zone, kids ministry at our church, had 120 to 130, maybe even up to 140 volunteers in a month. That's what it takes to do midweek Cal and small groups and kids ministry and all the things that we do as a church. And candidly, right now, kids ministry has 20, 30, maybe up to 40 volunteers a month, and that's a pretty significant difference, down 70%. A lot of that is because many of our volunteers are not in the space and the time to volunteer as a result of pre-existing conditions, ministering or caring for family members, whatever that is. Those numbers have really, really decreased. And so in order to make sure we could do Cal well, we got to make sure we could care for people well. In order to care for people well, we need volunteers. So you're asking, how can we help make Cal happen? And here's what I tell you, that you can jump in and volunteer, and you can start that now. We have Thursday small groups for kids ministry. We have middle school and high school ministry on Wednesday night. We have classes that are still being offered. You can jump in and help in all those things now, and really what gets to dictate how we get going and what we can offer has everything to do with how many of you are willing to sign up and serve. So maybe for some of you, it's time for you to re-up and sign up again for serving. Boy, would we love to have you around here, and boy, can we use you. Or maybe for the very first time you go, hey, I'm in a spot in my life where I feel like I can go and serve, and I can be a good steward of what God's entrusted me, which is my health and my calendar, and you can go and jump in now. Really, really simple. You can text us right this second to you can text the word SERVE, S-E-R-V, to our phone number 610-869-2140. SERVE, S-E-R-V-E, to 610-869-2140. Or you can just call that number, leave a voicemail, let us know, or you can email info@clcfamily.church, let us know, or if it's easier, you can email me directly at josh@clcfamily.church, and that's a really good segue, because I want you to know the person who actually first sees those emails. It's not me, because I am a ball of chaos. It's actually Molly. So when you email josh@clcfamily.church, Molly is the first person to get her eyes on that, and that's to make sure that that I am held accountable to be able to respond to emails and not, in my craziness, miss really important things. So once you know, every time you email that, it gets to our eyes and it gets in front of the right person. So please, 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 you can just let us know that way. And so what Molly is here today to help us talk about is actually what's going on for the Easter. She's kind of the brains and the hands and feet of a lot of these things, her and Ben Dieterle. And so she's going to make sure we get this stuff covered. So what she's going to do in a second, tell you about the activities, how you can participate in them, particularly the ones that start from Palm Sunday, next Sunday, up until the week after, or the Saturday after Easter. Some really, really fun stuff. But before she does that, I want to tell you about kind of the different worship options we have, particularly for Sunday morning. So Sunday morning, Easter Sunday, we have, or Sunday, we have 3 options. So pay attention to this. The first one is at 9 a.m. And hear me, this is really, really important that you get this, that we actually need you to RSVP if you're coming to that church service, because it's indoors. And while we've said, don't worry about RSVPing anymore, you can just show up any other week, because this is kind of a moment where lots of people will be coming back to church. For Easter Sunday, we want to make sure we have room for everyone. So would you RSVP? You can get to that RSVP link right now, and all this information you're going to hear about at clcfamily.church/Easter. Go there and RSVP. That there is limited slots there, so I'd say jump in there. Let us know that you're coming, and so we can kind of keep an eye on capacity and figure out if we need to increase that with some alternative options like the auditorium, or maybe NLPC, or different options to make sure as many of you who want to attend in person on Easter Sunday at 9 a.m. Can do that. Now, many of you are going, yep, not quite ready to come back into the building. Completely understand that. And that is why we also have an 11 a.m. service that will not be indoors. It'll be outdoors. So the big difference between the 9 a.m. service and the 11 a.m. service is the most significant is it will be outdoors. The other significant thing is the 9 a.m. will have preschool ministry. So no babies, again, I told you about volunteers, and we're going to build a service for elementary school students and middle school students that they will love to attend. But if you got a preschooler, you know what it's like to try to manage a preschooler, you know what it's like to try to manage a preschooler in the church service. And so we'll feed you baby birds. So let us know you're coming to the 9. Let us know how many preschoolers you're bringing with you, and we will have childcare for that. Now, the 11 o'clock service, there is no childcare, but it's going to be beautiful weather outside. I'm confident in that. And it's going to be an all-family event. You can sit in your car if you want to. You can listen to it, tune in your radio station on 104.1, or you can grab a seat outside. There'll be a seating area, socially distant, a place that you can sit. The music will be outdoors. I'll get to preach outdoors. We'll be using the big screen, so you'll be able to see our faces all zoomed up. I got some teeth whitening kits ready to go for it. And so you can do that at 11. 9 o'clock indoors, 11 o'clock outdoors. You don't have to RSVP for that. There's plenty of room to do that. And then at 5 o'clock on the same day, we'll host just an online service. So the neat thing, at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, we'll also have an online service, but there's also an option at 5 o'clock that you can attend with your family, with other people on Facebook or clcfamily.church/live at 11 o'clock, or 9 a.m., 11 o'clock, and then 5 p.m. So that was a lot, and I moved pretty fast. So just a reminder, if you lost what I was laying down, you can always go to clcfamily.church, and we'd recommend this /Easter, and you can get all this information, and you can read it at your own pace rather than hearing it at my pace. And so I'm going to tell you in just a second about another worship option we have for Good Friday. But before we get there, Molly Mastropolito is going to tell you about all the fun stuff you'll get to participate in weeks leading up to Easter and after Easter.
Hey guys. All right, well, first thing I want to talk to you about is our community-wide egg sighting adventure. So,
I get that. Like, it's 2 G's.
Egg sighting.
And
sighting.
Excellent.
So businesses around the community are printing out and decorating this egg and putting it in their windows, and we're encouraging that you do that and put it in the front window of your home. Spread the news on your local neighborhood Facebook pages, so that way you can say, hey, this neighborhood's participating. Then folks can drive around in cars with their kids and go on an egg hunt and seek for eggs out. It's a fun social distance activity.
How do they get that egg?
On the website, CLC Family.
So go print it. And if you need some help printing, let us know. We can make you one. But if you can print it yourself, you can go ahead and put those up right now out in your window. Please do that. It'll be lots of fun.
Yep. And the next thing is that we, as a church, have collected a lot of Easter eggs over the past couple years, and we are excited and ready to spread them out throughout our community. So we're offering free Easter egg kits Registration is required, and with registration, you have the opportunity to check, yes, I would like a blessing kit. A blessing Easter egg kit is a kit where you can surprise someone and decorate their front lawn. You can just leave it on someone's front doorstep, or you can host a little play date and have an Easter egg hunt in your yard with your neighbors. So I thought that was a really cool way to get all that out there.
So we have lots of eggs, and we're going to do it for you, right? You keep going, oh, I meant to do an Easter egg hunt this year. I didn't go to the store. You don't want to go to the store. Don't worry. Again, we'll feed you baby birds. All you got to do is register, and you can pick these things up. And you can not only register for you can be the best neighbor in the neighborhood, because you can actually get one and take it and surprise it to a neighbor. We got to do that last night with some food, and boy, did they love us. We're really popular in our neighborhood. We're going to be even more popular once we start dropping off these egg kits.
Yep. So then the next and last activity is so exciting. Me and Ben are really excited about this. We've taken it on together, and we've made 3 different levels, so that way everyone in the family can participate. So there's going to be a hard, an easy, and a medium level. And this is kind of like a geocaching scavenger hunt event. So it starts here right in the front of CLC, and this is what you're going to look for when you come to start it. You will scan either the medium or easy level or hard level, and it will give you the document pulled up, and you'll be able to go on a touchless adventure.
So if you have a
hunt.
smartphone, all you got to do is cut on your camera, go put it right next to this, and it will pull you up in a nice little web address, and it will get you started.
Yeah. So the hard level will be about I think Ben said about 60
to 90 minutes.
90 minutes. Yeah. So that should be really fun. It's out in the woods, so wear your sneakers, make sure you have your smartphone charged. The other levels, they're in the parking lot. So if you have small kids, you need to be in the car, you have a wheelchair, anything, you'll be able to participate in this. The medium level is the same route as the easy level, but there's a lot more scripture and opportunity for you to dive deeper and spend some more time at each station.
So here's what we're thinking about this, right? And so as we think about all the different events we do, kind of the motivation is that we just want to get people inside of our church building. Boy, do we want to love people. But what we really want to do is we want to give you tools so that you can actually love your neighbor, invite your neighbor, connect with your colleagues, whatever that is. So these egg hunt baskets, the made for you Easter egg hunts, so you can actually go and do this, invite people with you, or go love a neighbor. And what we would really recommend is that you actually go and do this and maybe bring some people along and be a fun little thing. So think about an escape room if you've ever done those. Or if you haven't, here's a good opportunity to do that. But it's an escape room where you're not stuck in a little bitty room. You got the whole outdoors. It can be touchless, meaning you don't have to touch anything if you don't want to. Really, really safe, social distance, or there'll be some neat things you can do and participate in if you so choose. But you don't have to touch anything in at least the easy and the medium level. So it'll be a good opportunity to come and hang out. And there is a prize. I don't think we should tell them exactly what the prize is, but we tell them a little bit about what's going on there. I told you, you can't tell you the whole thing.
Well,
Yeah,
we won't tell the whole thing, but there's a really cool free coupon surprise at the end.
And by coupon, she means coupon.
Yeah, but each station also has little trinkets for your kids to take with you. So a little wooden cross, for example. There's trinkets to bring home to remember what you guys learned about, so you can talk about it later too.
So I'd recommend, especially going to the hard one, which will be a lot of fun. Carve out an hour and a half, and then a little bit of time afterwards to maybe go and enjoy a treat on us as a celebration of you completing the whole hunt. So it's an Easter egg hunt, but it's just out and about. You'll get to see our whole property. You'll start to be able to see the different disc golf holes out and about. It'll be a lot of fun. Definitely think you should do it. It's for everyone, any person, regardless of your abilities. There is a slot for you. Is there anything else I need to know about those things?
I don't think so. Just come on out and bring your friends.
So, to register for the egg hunt, or to get the egg hunt, or to learn more about the scavenger or geocaching hunt, all of it is going to be found at clcfamily.church/Easter. And one more thing I want to tell you about, because imagine, at least as I hear about all these things, I think about, well, that sounds like a lot of fun, but Holy Week is not always about fun. It's actually pretty serious. The God of the universe stepped down on this planet and put on human flesh, became a man to love us, show us how much he loved us, to pay the price for us. And the way that he does it is actually through his own death, like crucifixion. And so kind of preparing for the great news of Easter, which is Jesus is alive. And that same power that conquered the grave is available to us and lives in us in the church. Such a beautiful thing to celebrate. But it's a serious and significant thing. And anyways, you go, oh, lots of egg stuff, lots of fun. But hey, I actually want my kids, I want my grandkids, I want my neighbors to actually know about this God who loves them. The neat thing is, some of that story will be told as you go on the clues, so you can get to have this conversation. But there are a few moments for adults and kids to kind of pause the week before Easter to consider what was done for us. And so on Thursday, if you don't know, every Thursday we from 4:15 to 5:30 there is a kids small group for elementary school students. And on the Thursday before Easter, there'll be this significant time where students or kids will get to pause and consider the whole Passover story. They'll get to experience a little bit of what Jesus would have been working with his disciples on. And so you can see that on clcfamily.church/Easter. Really, really neat moment on what would be Passover or Maundy, Thursday for your students, their kids, to be able to participate in that. So make sure to check that out. And then I already told you about the Sunday, the resurrection excitement, 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 5. I want to tell you about one more thing we have going on Good Friday. And so one of the things that we're so grateful for is just how God's blessed our church with resources like property and this screen, like a big outdoor screen. And so one of the things that you'll be able to do, and completely socially distant, you can come by yourself, you can come with your family, you can come with whoever you want to. We'll be hosting kind of a Good Friday worship experience that'll be a little less than 30 minutes, and it will include communion. So you'll actually be able to pull up into the parking lot if you want to sit in a chair out, and you can listen to it there. You can tune your radio station to 104.1. I want to make sure I get this right. So at 6 o'clock, 6:30, or 6, I'm sorry, 6, 6:30, 7, and 7:30, there will be 4 different options, a 25-minute kind of option to go and kind of consider what Jesus did for us. So we'll lead you through some significant moments on that Jesus does on the cross for us. So I want you to know that that scene's fairly graphic. You won't see any of the violent part of it, but you will see, like from the Passion of Christ, Jesus on the cross, compassionately, with deep passion for us, dying for us, and being able to kind of take in those moments and pause and consider those moments. But don't worry, we won't leave you hanging with the dirge of the sadness. We will point to the celebration of new life in Christ and what Jesus does there. So about 20, 25 minutes, a little less than 30, you'll get to come and you'll pause, and you'll get the opportunity. We'll have communion out there, so you'll be able to take a moment, maybe with your family or by yourself, to actually take and partake in being in communion with Jesus as we prepare for Easter and Resurrection Sunday. So again, 6, 6:30, 7 or 7:30, you can pull up in our parking spot in front of the screen. You'll see where it is. It'll be going, and be able to enjoy that. Now, one of the things that are participating in that, one of the things that we want to make sure you understand is this will be pretty reflective. And so many of you might come with friends and want to hang out and talk afterwards. That's fine. You can do that, or you can actually go and do the egg hunt after or before. But what we would just ask is, as you come there, to leave kind of a worshipful, sacred space in that part of the parking lot for people to pause and reflect and consider and pray and commune. So hang out with your friends and family if you want to, but just go and pull around to the side of the parking lot so that people who are coming to be reflective will get that opportunity. And we also know not all of you drive, not all of you feel safe coming out in public. And so the really good news is we will also be hosting the Good Friday worship experience online at 6, 6:30, 7, and 7:30. Your access to that, like everything else, clcfamily.church. You can get to it from /Easter, or you can go right to clcfamily.church /live, and it will be there and available to you. So lots of really, really great stuff going on, moments to worship and appreciate and celebrate what Jesus does for us, and moments to build bridges into our community, love our neighbors, and start having conversations about how great Jesus is. So you can do it. We can help. And there's going to be some great opportunities for you to do that. And a reminder, if you have any questions about this, feel free to email us or call us or text us. You can email me personally, or actually Molly and I personally, josh@clcfamily.church. Molly, is there anything I'm forgetting, or is that it?
Did you breathe?
I did. Look at this. I wanted it to be under 20 minutes. So 1952, 53. Hey, really, thanks for joining us, and Go back to clcfamily.church/Easter to sign up, to learn more, to invite your friends, to get the egg hunt, to get the egg kits, all those things right there. Thanks for joining us. Be well, be safe. We love you guys. And please, 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 don't be a stranger. Let us know how we can help you, serve you, and celebrate alongside you. Be well.